And hello again, my little mathematicians. Today we are going to review Mod 16, Data and Statistics, by looking at the Unit 7 study guide in your textbook. So if you could please follow along on page 487 in your textbook. Again, that's 487 in your textbook. That would be great. The first thing is, for example 1, it's what's known as a box and whisker plot, or sometimes referred to as box plots. Depending upon the school year, some years we skip it and some years we don't, depending upon what the schedule allows. It is technically a standard, so in case this is one of the years that we skip it, I'm gonna go like kind of quickly, but if it's a year that we do it, then I want you to be able to pause it and then check yourself. So for the example right here, what they do is they give you this data set, and then you need to find the median. So I need to first of all put them in order from least to greatest. So they took this data set and then they rearranged it so that all the numbers were in order from least to greatest. Then you find the median. So cross off from the beginning to end, beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end. So it's right here between 38 and 42. Well, what's between 38 and 42? 40. And if you didn't know that, remember you find the average of the two numbers it's between. So you would go, there's two numbers, so you add them together and then divide by 2 because there's two numbers. Well, when you add these together, you get 80, and 80 divided by 2 is 40. Or some of you guys could just look at it and be like, oh, hey, right between 38 and 42 is 40. So that's your median. So you draw one dot at 40. Then you find what's called the lower quartile, but it's the median of the bottom half. So if this is the line that separates that's the median, it divides the lower half into the upper half. So the lower half, let's find the median of that. So cross off beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end. So it's right here between 32 and 32. Well, between 32 and 32 is nothing, it's just 32. So there is my lower quartile. For the upper quartile, look at the other half of the median, the upper half. So cross off beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end, and it's between 48 and 48, which there's nothing between that, it's just 48. So there is my upper quartile. Then your final dots are the highest value in your data set, so 50, and the lowest the lowest value in your data set, which is 30. Okay, you draw a box around your median and then draw a line down, and then from the upper quartile to the highest maximum value, draw a whisker, and then from your lower quartile to your smallest minimum value, draw your other whisker. And that's why it's called a box and whisker plot. All right, again, depending upon the school year, some years we skip box and whisker plots and don't include it on the test. But just in case you are curious and you want to know what these are, there you go, now you know. All right, example 2. This, regardless of the school year, we will go over. It says the dot plot shows the ages of actors in a student theater production. Find the mean, the median, the range, and interquartile range of the data shown on the dot plot. Okay, so the first thing is you could like go 9 plus 9 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14 and so forth, and that's really annoying. Or you could say, hey, 9 happened twice, so 2 times 9. 13 happened 1, 2, 3, 4 times, so 4 times 13. And then 14 happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, so 5 times 14, and then plus 116. Okay, it's the same way as if you were to go 9 plus 9 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13, and so forth. So if I were to do this, when I do 2 times 9, obviously you get 18. 4 times 13 is 52. 5 times 14 is 70, and then plus 16. Now this isn't 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. Notice it's actually 12 because 13 happened 4 times and 14 happened 5 times. So it's really 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, and 10 plus 2 is 12, or count the dots. Okay, so there was 12 different data values that I'm going to divide this sum by. When you add the top, you get 156, and you're going to divide that again by 12. When you divide that, you get a mean of 13. For the median, you write them all out. So you have 9, 9, 13, 13, 13, 13, 14, 14, 14, and so forth. Okay? And then you cross off beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, and it's between 13 and 14. Well, what's halfway between 13 and 14? But 13.5. And again, you could have found that if you went 13 plus 14 and divided by 2, you still would get 13.5. Okay, the range is where you take the biggest data value, which was 16, minus the smallest data value, which was 9, and find the difference between them. You get 7. Now, depending upon the year, we normally don't do the IQR, which is called the interquartile range, unless we're doing the box and whisker plot. So if it's on a year that we're not doing a box and whisker plot, you don't need to worry about IQR. What the IQR is, though, it's the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So once you have your median right here, okay, look at the lower half. And for the lower half, you had a median value of cross off beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end. It's between 13 and 13, which is 13. And then the upper half is beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end. It's between 14 and 14, which is 14. So your upper quartile was 14, your lower quartile was 13. 14 minus 13 is 1. That would be what's called the IQR, interquartile range. It's the range of the box part of the box and whisker plot. Again, if we're not doing a box and whisker plot, you don't have to worry about the IQR. Congratulations. We have now reviewed box and whisker plots, or gotten a preview of it for next year. If it's on a year we didn't cover it, and dot plots and how to read them and find the mean, median, and range from one of those. All right, congratulations.